What up YouTube, it's Misery Hates Company. This is another video in our beginner's guide series for any new players or returning players that need a little bit more help to get that push into the late game, because I want more people to play with in the late game, and in order to do that I need to help you get there. So with this one, I'm going to help you prioritize your crystals. Crystals is a premium currency in the game that you do get actually in the game for free. However, if you do not follow this video to a T, you can make some serious mistakes that will seriously hinder the development of your account and actually lock you into a point where you cannot fix it from a free-to-play aspect. In fact, it would make it so you have to spend money, and I'm trying to save you money. So as such, let me help you. Help me help you by watching this video all the way to the very end. Smash that like button because you are in for a doozy and one that you're not going to want to miss. Let's jump straight into it. So again, this was the account that I completely restarted in an attempt to show you guys the beginner steps of Marvel Future Revolution. And you do get a decent amount of crystals very, very quickly. I am only like, what, level 6, I want to say? Yeah, level 6. And I already have 500 crystals, which is fantastic. Crystals is the premium currency in the game that you can use for various items in the shop as shown there. Gold is the other currency. It is not the premium thing. This is a very common currency that you can use to buy basically anything. But if you want to get farther in the game, crystals are the ones you're going to want to be smart with when you use them. You get them from a lot of different places. Through leveling your heroes, you do get them for free just from doing the main quest line. But you also get them from different events. But you also do get them from events that happen throughout the time, whatever's going on in Marvel Future Revolution. Typically, there's a special event going on, at least one, usually several, which are fantastic, and a lot of them actually do reward you with crystals. The other way you're going to get crystal is for ranking high in some of the weekly rankings tasks, such as Special Operations, the Battle Challenge, any of the PvP ones like Dimension Duel or Omega War. A lot of those do give you crystals. Typically, the PvP ones are the ones that give you crystals, but you are going to want to rank high in all of them. Moving forward, in terms of what you should be doing with your crystals, you want to head over here to the shop. Now, there is a lot of free things in here that you could use crystals on. Again, this is a Scarlet Witch gear prep bundle for 5,000k, which is a lot, but if you save your crystals as a free-to-play, this is something that would be a fantastic option for you. But the one that you are going to want to prioritize in the early game before you spend crystals on anything else is over here in the consumables tab. Once you're in the consumables tab, you're going to see there's a lot of stuff you can spend gold and crystals on. Do not spend crystals on any of this. Go all the way over to the far right. This item right here, called the Hero Slot Expansion Ticket, is the one and only thing you should be spending crystals on until you have purchased all 4. These 4 slots will give you the ability of maxing out your full roster so that you can play all of the heroes. And it nets you, again, it pays for itself because you get at least 500 crystals just for starting a new hero and getting and progressing in the game. So it's going to pay for itself. But if you fail to do this on your first few heroes and then you run out of hero slots because you didn't buy it, you can lock your account into making you have to spend money in the game when you didn't have to. So again, let me help you. Buy the hero slot expansion tickets as the first primary thing you need to do with your crystals. Now, once you have maxed out all 4 of the additional slots and you have the option of working on other heroes as time progresses, great. There are other things that you should also do with your crystals. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So if you go over to the bundles, again, at the feature tab, usually they have some pretty decent options, some of which do include crystal only options and not just pay to win options. So I would take a look at these, prioritize what is best for you. In the early game, your goal is to be getting gear. Gear is going to be something that is very hard to get, especially regional gear. Regional gear is what you want to strive for because that is going to be the gear that you use for the longest period of time until you get to really hyper late game. And then eventually you're going to want to work on special gear. But even then, that is hyper late game. And you're probably at least a dolphin of some kind, because even as a free to play, it's not optimal to use special gear. Regional gear is going to be the gear that you're going to want to use. So invest in yourself early. Get the regionals you want for your main, and then this will be a great option for you as well. Once you do that, so again, to that point, this monthly costume discount would be a decent option. It would obviously require you to save a ton of crystals, but it is valuable. Some other options you could do, you do have the Omega cards, weekly supply, or where is it? The monthly one right here. So that it is valuable. It's ×2 the value. It tells you right there it is worth the value if you have enough crystals. I wouldn't go out of my way for that unless you are just desperately in need of more Omega cards and you don't have what you need out of the costumes. But I would prioritize costumes first. They also have the gems here. The monthly discount dimension box discount bundle. This is just not worth it unless sometime later on in the game they add something truly valuable to the dimension boxes. As of right now, in the early stages of the game, this is a waste of your time. Don't do it. Last thing I would actually recommend, this is a cheaper option. Once you have completed, like I said, all the hero slots, you could use this for your potential supply bundle. Potential is something that you will not be able to max out very easily. So potential is earned just from leveling, progressing through the main storyline. You get a ton of potential as you level up, but it will not give you enough to max out. So you do need to plan accordingly. Now, late game, you do get a ton of potential, not even a ton, you do get some potential for all heroes when you play and participate in the training ground. But even then, if you were trying to max a hero's potential from just that and the main quest line, it would take entirely too long. In fact, it would take you an eternity. So it is valuable to invest in yourself and get some maxed out potential here. So for 500 crystals, you get 200 of the report potential, which is very, very, very valuable. In addition to that, I would pay the 500 just for that alone. But then you do have the dimension box ticket, which again, look at that for free, is a free addition into this package or the bundle. And then the Omega supply box is something else you get because you get a 3 to 5 star costume, 3 to 5 star Omega card or core. So again, this is just additional stuff you get. Honestly, the value is there just from the potential alone. And even once you max out your first hero's potential, which will happen way later in the game. Again, this is a beginner's guide, but that will happen way, 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 way later. This is still worth getting. In fact, I still pick it up from time to time on my main account for my alts because it is, like I said, it is almost impossible to get full potential without picking this up at some point. It does reset weekly and you do have the ability of picking up 5 of these every single week. So it is a ton of potential that you can pick up. The other thing you could do for 500 is this craft material supply box. I'm going to be honest, the sin particles are something that is the crafting supply that you need to make gear. It's great for making fodder. However, the likelihood that you craft a regional piece of gear is very, very low, but still worth doing. I would not prioritize this over anything else I've already mentioned in this video of how to prioritize your crystals. But if you do need the Convergium particles, this is actually a very nice way of getting a very hefty amount of both the mediums and the highs. So this is a decent option as well. You still get the Omega supply box, the dimension box, the sin particles, which are great, and then 100 of the regional costume materials. This might be an issue for you early in the game. Late game, you get thousands of these, and I mean thousands. So this is a non-issue, and you can pick them up from your Alliance shop as well. So I'm not too worried about that one. But in general, the Convergium particle is very nice. So that's going to do it for today's video. I hope this helped you. Again, it's very important that you abide by all of this tips and tricks in this video because you can definitely get your account stuck and make yourself have to spend money, which you don't want to do. Make sure you pick up all of those hero supply spots as many times as you can. And I hope this video helps you. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you in the next one.